Token spotlight time. Everyone's talking about this token. Let's cut through the noise and get to the truth. Our token spotlight is a very, very important aspect of the crypto evangelist. And we know that when it comes to token spotlights, what we try to do is to talk about the spotlight a cryptocurrency every day. And that cryptocurrency, we're going to talk about it and analyze the cryptocurrency, talk about the trends, look at what the market is saying about it, and see how you can either benefit or you can learn about the cryptocurrency for our token spotlight. And today, our token spotlight is on a very unique cryptocurrency, and that cryptocurrency has experienced a lot of development in the past few weeks, and it's one cryptocurrency that is currently having a campaign, or they've completed a campaign on Kaito, and it's a cryptocurrency that many people have told me about. I've heard a lot of my friends talk about the cryptocurrency, saying that cryptocurrency has a lot of potentials. The cryptocurrency that we're talking about is the Wayfinder cryptocurrency. Wayfinder is a cryptocurrency that many people have a lot of hope on. And when you think about it, it's a popular cryptocurrency that is the native utility and governance token for the Wayfinder ecosystem, an open world multiplayer online universe that blends traditional gaming with blockchain powered ownership. The Wayfinder project aims to enable players to truly own, trade, and co-create in-game assets and lore. One of the things that you'd see is that they are trying to build a Web3 gaming ecosystem where it's the perfect fit for Web3 gaming, player first principle. And the Wayfinder token fuels the in-game transactions, which is not surprising. If it's a Web3 gaming ecosystem, the token is going to fuel in-game transactions. You are going to use it for community governance. You are going to use it for staking rewards and cross-world asset interoperability. And part of the things that they're trying to do is to turn players into co-owners, giving them the tools to shape an ever-evolving fantasy universe with real utility flowing back to those who create and contribute. Obviously, every cryptocurrency has a story. That's Wayfinder's story. They are trying to crack a very, very difficult ecosystem to crack, which is Web3 gaming. We've seen so many projects try to crack Web3 gaming without much success, and Wayfinder is taking another crack at it, because one of the things that they are looking at is that Web3 gaming has a lot of potentials, and we keep on seeing projects looking to crack Web3 gaming, and I just really want to see what they're about, because I just did my research about them a few days ago just to know what they're about, and they appear to be quite serious in their aim of cracking Web3 gaming, which has been one of the things that many people believe is difficult to crack, right? And they've launched their token, which aims to solidify itself as one of the top crypto ecosystem tokens, right? And we are going to also look at some of the features of the token and also see part of the key features of Wayfinder. So when we are looking at key features of the Wayfinder token, part of the key features of the Wayfinder token is the fact that it's an NFT based in-game items. It has NFT based in-game items. And part of the things about NFTs is that we heard about NFTs in 2021. Many people shield NFTs, saying that they are the next big thing. But the truth is that NFTs have a lot of potentials if used rightly, right? We see that Axie Infinity was able to be successful by utilizing NFTs in the right way. With Wayfinder, we are seeing NFT-based in-game items, and weapons, skins, and collectibles within the game would exist as NFTs, giving players full control over trading, lending, and customizing their gear. Since this is an unbiased review, I'm just looking at it that we've heard this story over time and over time again, but they are coming with a unique ecosystem because they are bringing player-driven lore and modding. When we talk about player-driven lore, we are talking about games like GTA, despite how exotic GTA is, GTA has different laws within its game. And the laws we are talking about is not the LAWS, it's LORE, which is like stories. Players drive the stories, they can mod the games, they can build unique ecosystem within the games. It's also talking about having an in-game marketplace. And when we talk about having an in-game marketplace, is a marketplace where users can trade and do things within its ecosystem. It also wants to have staking and rewards. Obviously, staking in 2025 is like a must for most projects because staking provides like proof of stake, which means that transactions will be cheap. Users can get rewards for staking their tokens and getting rewarded. So I'm not really surprised that staking is a major aspect of what they are trying to achieve. So because we all know that staking is an important aspect of Web3. When you think about it, it's one part of Web3 that has become very, very important in the past few years. Since when Cardano like sort of proposed the proof of stake, so we know that it has sort of like become popular, where most projects always come with the staking idea. And also Wayfinder is also bringing the idea of DAO. DAO is where token users can propose and vote on major game updates, funding for new expansion, and partnership with other gaming IP. I think with regards DAO governance, one project that has been able to get it right is the Socios ecosystem, the Chili's ecosystem with their fan tokens. I know Juventus fan token enabled user holders to be able to vote for man of the match. They were also able to change some of the songs that they were playing in the stadiums. I think Man City token to also give users access to like exclusive videos. I think the fan tokens have been able to get that DAO governance to a certain level. Ethereum has also gotten it right, but that one is majorly voting for changes on the Ethereum blockchain. But DAO governance basically means giving users the ability to propose and vote on major game updates. We're definitely going to see how that would work, because we've seen a lot of projects talk about DAO governance in the last 5 years, with many of them just adding it on their white paper or their light paper, and we don't really see it happen in real life. So that's some of the key features of the Wayfinder token. And one of the things that I see within its key features is the fact that they are trying to do something new within their ecosystem, and we are definitely going to see other things within the ecosystem on how the project actually works, right? And one of the things that we are going to look at is the strength of the token, because looking at the strength of the token gives us some of the ideas of what they are trying to achieve, and seeing whether the token actually has that kind of utility that would make it a unique token. And one of the things that that is part of the strength is the fact that they are trying to bring true digital ownership. If they're able to achieve that, its ecosystem is driven by the community, where players can own their characters, skins, weapons, and collectibles. If they're able to do it properly, we're definitely going to see that true digital ownership. Dynamic world building is also something that is very, very important. Many of us love open world games. I, for one, am a big lover of open world games. Even on my PS5 and my Steam Deck and whatever device that I have a lot of open world games like Mafia, GTA, Red Dead Redemption, like open world games in general. The Witcher. What makes them unique is the fact that they allow you to do dynamic world building. If we're able to achieve that in the crypto space, we could actually see a lot of adoption for Wayfinder. They also have an integrated DAO governance system where token holders can shape the game's development roadmap. They also have interoperability assets. That's even necessary in 2025. It's very important that whatever token you have plans for it to be bridged on. For example, you launch a token on Binance, you should be able to have plans for it to be bridged on Ethereum. It should be bridged on Solana. It should be bridged on Arbitrum. Like, your token has multiple blockchain networks that users can interact with your token. Another thing too that it has is strong community incentive. They are looking to reward top players, modders, and community builders with Wayfinder Token, enabling like continuous long-term engagement and interaction with their token, which is also good. We see that is a major like aspect of blockchain games, where they are looking to integrate all those things into their ecosystem, and it gives you that kind of like idea of what they are really trying to achieve. Because we all know that when you look at that, you are able to like understand what they are trying to achieve. And then we are going to look at their community sentiment, which is what the market is saying about it. And you can see that the community sentiment is quite bullish. There is this kind of like attraction about the token. If you look at the community sentiment, also you would see that it's majorly highly bullish, with 74% of the community in green and 26%. We are in the bull market, so obviously you are going to see this sentiment go very, it is going to be skewed towards like community sentiment is going to be bullish. There are going to be a lot of people talking about the token, and they also ran a campaign on Kaito. So I'm not surprised that there is a lot of interest in the token, and the token is seeing the amount of community sentiment that is seen, which is really not surprising when you think about it, because community sentiment is what is one thing that you would always like see in crypto projects, because Wayfinder has been available for a while now with its campaign, and I'm not surprised that we are seeing that amount of community sentiment. Another thing too that we are going to also look at when we talk about crypto projects is also its fear and greed index. The fear and greed index is what we use to know the current market value of the coin. Community sentiment is what people are talking about. The fear and greed index is both on-chain and fundamental analysis. And you can see that the fear and greed index at the moment is in fear, and that could be due to the fact that so many of the airdrop tokens that we've seen recently have not really panned out well. But as Warren Buffett will always say, when the market is fearful, be greedy, and when the market is greedy, be fearful. So despite this, if you are looking at a gaming coin that has a lot of hype at the moment, Wayfinder, it has that hype. But it's also important for you to do your own research, check their ecosystem, also try to play their game and see how that works. I think going in the future, I'll definitely like have my token spotlight much more extensive, and I might also do a video on Wayfinder where I just play the game and just give an unbiased analysis of it, because I don't want it to be like we are playing the game and it's looking like it's like a sponsored video. But this is not a sponsored video, this is just an unbiased analysis of it. So if you look at the projects that say that they have gaming ecosystem, you can try it out. If they say they have staking ecosystem, you can try the staking too to see if the staking ecosystem is actually the way it looks. You can also check for people's comments on CoinMarketCap. You can see their comments on Twitter about the project, just to get the market feel, what the market is saying about the project. Although the fear and greed index is showing like huge fear of the token, and it's quite like surprising, but it's the crypto market, so I'm not super surprised that the fear and greed index might be high like that, because you know that when it comes to the crypto space, community members have that fear. Could be that at the moment they are not just feeling some of the things that have been said that they are going to do in the project, and it's quite normal in the crypto space for us to experience something like that. So we are going to look at the major projects in the Wayfinder ecosystem, and one of the things that we are going to see is looking at some of the major projects, and some of them is the main game. We have player created regions and some of the things that they are trying to achieve. There is also the cross game partnership, the NFT marketplace. Those are some of the projects. The main game is the core multiplayer online world that is the ecosystem hub. The player created regions, which they are trying to do as zones or expansions built by the community, governed by micro DAO, funded through the main treasury. That's a lot of things to put in place, because what you're looking at is just like EVE Online. I don't know if many people have heard of that game, EVE Online. It's one of the most interactive ecosystem games whereby you get like people spending a lot of money building out the game. So you see that EVE Online is almost decentralized, and it's a centralized game. You have people come together as communities. They buy weapons. You have alliances. You have wars. That's basically what they are trying to say with their player created regions. Because with the player created regions, they are going to be governed by the micro DAOs. They are going to have their own ecosystem, just like their own states. Players can be able to have their own like mini worlds. Also cross game partnerships, which is normal. You definitely see them try to do that. And the NFT marketplace, just like similar to Axie Infinity, we can have an NFT marketplace like OpenSea within the ecosystem, and community treasury, which is quite important for sponsoring projects. So those are some of the things that they are looking to achieve in terms of like the major projects within the token. And another thing too that I always like to like check most times too is also like what the market is saying about the project. So we are looking at the X sentiment. So what is basically X sentiment is how is the market like feeling the project. And if you check on X, you can see some of the things that the community has been saying about it. It's basically like many people are looking to farm the project. They did reward on OKX, like they did these rewards on so many exchanges, and they also did reward on Kaito, and that's part of the things that has really boosted this exposure. So you could actually see that some people are definitely like saying you should do this, that you should farm it, you should have the airdrop, and that could also be the reason why the initial fear and greed index is very low, because we've seen that airdrop cryptocurrencies have not really performed as well as many people thought it would perform. But one of the things that I know about cryptocurrencies that have a proper use case is that over time you will definitely get rewards or pay, or we will definitely see the end goal of it. That's if the project doesn't fizzle out. Like Hyperliquid, I've been hearing about Hyperliquid for a long time, but it just all of a sudden last month the Hyperliquid was able to fulfill its potentials, or let me use the word fulfill its potentials, right? If you had to use the word fulfill its potentials, it was just last month. So the crypto space can actually be funny in a way whereby we just see that a cryptocurrency that many people have dismissed or said it's not going to work, and we could see an ecosystem whereby blockchain gaming becomes huge, just like the way Jasmine Coin resurfaced after a few years due to the advent of AI, and many people just remember that there's a cryptocurrency that has been working for the past 3 to 4 years on AI, and all of a sudden it became like a trend where people were looking to get the token. So that's just the way the market works at times. You just see that tokens that have been forgotten, tokens that many people don't remember again, just start getting traction all of a sudden. So the current market sentiment on X is largely okay and largely positive. And one of the things that you would see about the token is more or less like there are discussions about it. I like the fact that it is a gaming ecosystem token. That's one thing that I would say. And another thing about Wayfinder token that I would say is that I'm looking to explore some of the features of the tokens and some of the features of this ecosystem. I'm actually looking for a Web3 game to start playing, and definitely going to do a bit of research on the ones that are still existing and start a series on it, just showing if it's possible to make money from Web3 game, because that's like the selling point of most Web3 games. Come and play, you can make money, you can do this, you can do that. So I'm definitely going to do my own tests and see if that is possible to, that you can make money from it. And definitely I would have a session where I just play Web3 games, most likely going to be at the end of the Web3 live, where I just play some games and then just do a day-to-day comparison on the amounts that is being made there or some of the tasks that I need to do there. But I feel like that's another way to show my community some of the ecosystem features that happen in Web3, and if it's possible to actually make that kind of money doing Web3 gaming, because that's an ecosystem that is quite underrated. Join the Crypto Evangelist community for more deep dives like this. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next token spotlight.